Welcome to the deep dive. So, you're thinking about studying abroad. We've looked at the latest research, really distilled it down to give you a sharp focus on the top countries for Indian students looking ahead to 2025. Forget scrolling through endless lists. We're aiming to highlight what really matters.
Exactly. We're focusing on things like affordability, the quality of the education, of course, how easy the visas are to get, and importantly, those future career paths. Our goal today is really just to cut through some of that noise and give you the essential insights you need.
Okay, perfect. Let's dive right in then. Across the sources we reviewed, there's a pretty clear top 10 emerging. You've got the United States, Canada, the UK, Australia, Germany, Ireland, New Zealand, France, Singapore, and Sweden.
Yeah, those are the main ones. We did see one list swap Sweden for the Netherlands, but it's a minor difference. Broadly, these are the key players everyone's looking at.
Right. So let's maybe zoom in a bit, starting with, say, Germany. It seems to be climbing the ranks pretty fast.
It really is. And what's super compelling about Germany, I think, is the tuition-free education at public universities. That's huge. It stems from this long-standing belief they have in accessible education for everyone.
Okay, free tuition. That's obviously a massive draw.
Absolutely. And you combine that with a really strong job market, especially if you're into engineering or tech, it's a powerful combination. We've seen just a massive increase, like over 100% in Indian students heading there recently. There was a 25% jump in 2024 alone.
Wow, 25%. And it's not just about saving money on the course fees, is it? There's more to it.
No, not at all. We saw a case study, Rahul Sharma, an engineering student, his success really highlighted something important, learning German. It's pretty key. Key for integrating, but also for unlocking those career opportunities.
Yeah.
He put in the effort with the language, got an internship, and then landed a job.
That's a really valuable point. Language matters. Okay, so let's switch gears. Canada, another extremely popular choice, right? What's the main appeal there?
Canada's got a few big things going for it. It tends to be a bit more affordable than, say, the US or maybe the UK. And crucially, it has policies that make getting permanent residency, PR, after you graduate relatively easier.
Ah, the post-study work options.
Exactly. The post-graduation work permit, the PGWP, it lets graduates stay and work for a good period. Plus, Canada has this reputation for being, safe and welcoming. I mean, the sheer number of Indian students already there, over 300,000, that speaks volumes, doesn't it?
It really does. And we even saw an example, Supraj R, who used a platform called LetzStudy to get into McGill with a scholarship too. So support is out there.
Sure.
Okay, moving across the pond.
Yeah.
The UK. What does it bring to the table? Still a major player.
Oh, definitely. The UK's strength lies in its prestigious universities, world-renowned names, and also the shorter master's degree programs, often just 1 year.
Which saves time and money, potentially.
Exactly. And they also have the graduate route visa now, which is a significant plus for students wanting that international work experience after their studies.
Well,
We saw Yasha's SK story getting an MBA scholarship at Warwick Business School. It shows that even with higher costs, funding and great career paths are definitely possible.
right. So prestige, shorter courses, post-study work. Makes sense. Now, beyond these top three, our sources also mentioned the usual suspects, like the U.S.
Yeah, the U.S. still holds strong, mainly for its, top-tier universities, especially in STEM fields, and the massive career opportunities there.
And Australia.
Australia remains really attractive, too. High employability rates for graduates, good post-study work options as well. It's definitely up there.
And are we seeing any, emerging trends, countries gaining popularity?
We are, actually. Ireland's tech sector is booming, and that's pulling in more students. It's becoming quite the hub. And France is interesting, too. They've set this ambitious goal, aiming to host 30,000 Indian students by 2030. They're focusing particularly on business and technology programs.
30,000, wow. Okay, but studying abroad, it's not always smooth sailing, is it? What are some of the common hurdles students run into?
Yeah, definitely challenges. We consistently see a few key things pop up in the research. Uh, the high cost of living, that's a big one. Visa processes can sometimes be tricky. Then there's adapting to a completely new culture, the academic pressure, sometimes limitations on part-time work, and healthcare costs can be a surprise too.
That sounds like a lot to navigate, but there are ways to manage these challenges, right?
Oh, absolutely. The sources highlighted several strategies. Careful budgeting is crucial. Actively looking for scholarships, like Yasha's did, connecting with student communities, both Indian and local, makes a huge difference. And like we saw with Rahul in Germany, learning at least some of the local language is vital.
Good practical advice. And what are the experts sort of predicting overall? Which countries might see continued growth?
The general view seems to be that Germany, Canada, and Australia will likely keep seeing increased Indian student numbers. It's that mix of relative affordability and decent job prospects. There's also a strong emphasis from advisors on networking actively and really choosing programs based on how well they link to the job market after graduation.
Okay, so when it comes down to it, the best country, it really depends on you, the individual listener, right?
Precisely. It depends on your goals, your budget, the field you want to study, the kind of lifestyle you're looking for. It's a very personal decision. There's no single right answer.
Makes sense. It's about finding the right fit for you.
Right. But, thinking bigger picture, UNESCO is projecting something like 1.8 million Indian students will be studying abroad by 2025. That's a huge number. It kind of makes you wonder, what are the broader global implications of this massive movement? For India, yes, but also for the countries receiving all these students. Beyond just individual careers, what does it mean globally?
That's a fascinating question to leave people with, something to definitely mull over.